We have spent a lifetime looking on in awe as our heroes take up their impossible to forget weaponry and fight to save the day. Today on Loki's Forge, we look at the Sword of the King, Anduril, Flame of the West, forged from the shards of Narsil. To understand Anduril, one must understand what came before. The great sword of Elendil, forged by the great dwarven smith Telkar, Narsil. In the First Age, when elf and dwarf still spoke friend, there existed such a weapon that the elves named it Light of the Sun, the Red Light, and Light of the Moon, White Light. When Narsil was drawn in battle, it shone with such a brilliant light that it struck fear into the hearts of all evil. The sword that would one day cut the ring from Sauron the Deceiver's hand was 5 feet in length from pommel to tip, and could only be wielded by the mightiest line of Elendil. The guard and pommel were forged from the inspiration of a leaf, showing again the friendship of the time between elves, men, and dwarves. Its blade shone brighter than any sword before it on Middle-earth. This shining brightness would endure from the first day of its completion and carry on after its rebirth into Anduril. On the edge of Narsil's pommel, written in Elvish, it is stated, Nasil Senya, Masil Telkar, Caneron, Navarotessa. Narsil is my name, a mighty sword. Telkor made me in Nogrod. During the last alliance of men and elves, Narsil was shattered after the death of its master, Elendil. The pommel, still housing the broken blade, would cut the ring from Sauron's hand, ending that fateful battle. But it would be another age before the blade would be reforged into Anduril. Anduril, meaning flame or brilliant light of the west, was remade from the broken shards of Narsil. Elrond and the smiths of Rivendell, knowing the return of the king, see what I did there? Knowing the return of the king was at hand, reforged the mighty blade anew so that Aragorn could carry on the line of Elendil. Knowing Sauron's hatred and fear of this blade, there was no greater symbol for Aragorn to carry into battle against his forces. Aragorn would have to stand and accept his duty to carry on the line of kings and accept his place as the true king of Gondor. If there ever was a symbol for the future of men, elves, and dwarves in Middle-earth, it was Anduril in the hands of the king. Anduril's scabbard was given to him by Galadriel and Celeborn. Made by Galadrim, the scabbard was overlain with flowers and runes detailing the name and history of the blade. They also placed upon it an enchantment, that the blade drawn from it could not be broken or stained, even in defeat. Anduril was the perfect match of Narsil except for the inscription which ran down its blade on both sides, which stated in Elvish, Anar Nanya Anduril, Ainin Narsil Masil Elendilo. Lursuvanten I Molo Modorio Esil. Son, I am Anduril who was Narsil, the sword of Elendil. Let the thralls of Mordor flee me. Moon. Also, along the blade appeared a total of 7 symbolic stars. The stars represented Elendil, the king who died fighting against Sauron the Deceiver in the final battle of the Second Age. I would also like to bring attention to 2 small details that are often overlooked. One is the symbol of a sun, detailed in amber enamel near the hilt of the sword, and a moon engraved near the fuller. These symbols represent the 2 sons of Elendil, Anarion and Isildur. From Elendil to Aragorn, this sword would stand for freedom from evil in Middle-earth. It would stand for the friendship between men, dwarves, elves, and hobbits. And it would stand as a symbol of light for all the free peoples of Middle-earth. I will quote Tolkien himself now. Very bright was that sword when it was made whole again. The light of the sun shone readily in it, and the light of the moon shone cold, and its edge was hard and keen. And Aragorn gave it a new name, and called it Anduril, Flame of the West. Anduril would one day be passed down, with all tokens of kingship, to Aragorn's son, Eldarion. But much like Elendil, that is a story for another time. Thank you for visiting my forge. If you enjoy these videos and would like to see more of them, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell. If you enjoy morning radio style podcasts, please consider coming by our morning shows at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday here on YouTube. Until we see you again, be excellent to each other and always speak friend to enter.